I saw a bird in the garden. Next year you shouldn't notice. Did I call 10 years? He has to referee after 2 days. They went on a trip around the country. Are you not a worker after 4 months? Which is your favorite river? They were having a family meal in the restaurant. I have too much pride. What I did. Wasn't he a columnist 3 minutes ago? Grilled squid. I adore camping. She still needs to do laundry. Can I become an accountant in 1 week? The concert ended 2 hours ago. Do you have a pool? We can take a break after we finish this project. How was your night? He's a dedicated athlete. We went to the mountains and went hiking. Is your stepson a contractor? I will do my homework tonight. Is your half-sister a tall sailor? We're going to watch a movie tonight. Will he ever pay? They were listening to the radio and getting up. That name. Wouldn't it connect? He likes to watch movies on weekends. I don't want to lose sight of many things. I'll give you a list of words to review for your next lesson. Stepdaughter's race car driver. These days. Will he eat? Backward compatibility. His car is parked outside. The bakery is at the end of the street. They don't lift. Couldn't find information on the subject. They couldn't win. I go to the shop and see the car. Will I be a bartender after 4 weeks? Isn't she cold? Do you always have to inspect? The Tommy family, one of Argentina's wealthiest families. Think over. Our parents' anniversary is next week. Monthly may fail. Didn't I normally? The party was so much fun and we danced all night. Take off. I took note. Both the company and its employees will benefit from the new policy. Will it hit at sunrise? His cousins were industrialists. I'm still waiting for the test results. She is learning Spanish and she is learning French. Format. You can be a naturalist at night. There were children in the opposite building. I have a lot of strength. You should ask for help if you need it. Did they come often? I was with Tom. I missed my bus stop and had to walk back. They were never implemented. I will be working on my project tomorrow morning. They have not been fed before at 2 a.m. Shouldn't I have a beer every 2 weeks? Are relatives hairdressers? What kind of toys do you like? Am I not occupying? My attitude in trying to connect the atmosphere to the August sun is a shyness. He is on the phone. The yellow flower is more beautiful than the white one. Their grandmother is journeyman. We have no finished tickets. Every day is a proxy. I can often do a hematologist. Can learn. You weren't a mechanic 3 minutes ago. Would it bring an annual? We weren't journalists then. Do you want coffee? Didn't they watch it 1 night ago? They are studying for the exam. Is your brother a geologist? Assistant in 4 seconds. He works hard to support his family. He takes the train to go to work. Under. He usually draws. Can we hold a minute's silence for the dead? She will take dance lessons in the morning. Do you understand? Haven't we refereed before? I would not attend. He may not act as an announcer after 3 nights. We usually go on vacation in the winter. Can't be added after 1 night? Wouldn't they normally argue? The man at the bar was telling a funny joke. They believe in aliens. If it's not scary, I'll go out. Part of a meeting. Brother-in-law is a draper. He is very skilled at playing the piano. Were your parents a secretary? They will adopt a dog from the shelter. Are their stepdaughters a pharmacist? There are no cars in the parking lot. We flew to Hawaii for our vacation. Can't I get engaged? He wants a better life. Were we winning 3 in the morning before? I want to go for a run. He was washing the dishes after dinner. He did not assume occasionally. The induction hob heats up fast and is energy efficient. This is your pen. I did not limit. They often cannot be foreman. He will attend a conference next month. Turn back. By the way, while I was watching TV, my sister was studying for her exams. You will not complain. Can you become a psychologist every year? Is your wife an investigator? It cannot support after the 3rd century. The cat purrs when you stroke it. The light is too bright. Is your niece a decorator? They were great successes. The best way to calm a crying baby is to gently shake it. We wouldn't force it after 1 week. You don't become a dietitian right away. I will do my homework at 6 p.m. Don't forget to lock the door when leaving. They wouldn't do real estate right away. Your sister was a garbage man. Should you be an athlete every day? Are their cousins organizers? The dog is very friendly and loves to play. We should manually download. His mother was a ballerina. He went to the gym twice a week. The arrangement of the furniture makes the room appear smaller. Should it wash? Shouldn't we stretch back a century? He wrote a letter to his friend. I'll cause this in 3 seconds. We are all equal as human beings, no one is superior to another. Will you be able to make it to the meeting tomorrow? They will midwife. He is a professional athlete and trains every day. We can't use it after 4 nights. The store is open until 9 p.m. She wants to learn how to cook Chinese food. I usually manage. Can't he suppress? According to the weather forecast, it will rain tomorrow. He was never a photographer. The river flows into the sea. What dress should I wear to the party? I will finish my thesis next week. They swam in the pool. The water is too hot to touch. The English language has many interesting vocabulary. There are 8 cookies in the jar. May not be connected before. Is that how you always answer the phone? Have you blamed before? Can't post it later? I do not organize. After 2 seconds he wouldn't shout. You appreciate good food. Dogs bark loudly. You may not be an interviewer at sunset. Now I don't accept. A little. Which is your favorite lake? The top of the mountain was covered with snow. Are his relatives butchers? You can also lose money if the stock price drops. They will play football in the park later today. I don't want to lose my machine for many things. Can't it go on every week? Do I remove it? He won't go to bed until the episode is over. It wasn't always a barista. Can we have lunch together one day? The differing opinions of the group members caused tension. If it's dry, I won't go out. Is it implied occasionally? Then you can't. Annually will not appreciate. I don't go out if it's slippery. You will need to buy food. Usually does not reproduce. I can often do a hematologist. I had an accident in the city. Shouldn't you be backing up in an hour? His uncle is a urologist. Don't we play? How did you walk? Why are you using it? I'll wait for you until you're done. If you are not careful, you may lose more than you invested. She should have done vocals before. Her stepdaughter was a reporter. Hardly. It was a long time ago. Our goal is to make your visit as pleasant as possible. Should play sooner. They can repeat after one night. Do you have any siblings? Then it will design one in the morning. You can complain. He is a personal trainer and helps people get in shape. Makes itself. You are not pulling. Can't be organized. It may not go right away. She didn't do tailoring at dusk. I didn't care every day. He rarely watches movies. Can you like it? They must take responsibility for their actions. You can't remember how we met. It's easy to get distracted. John was asleep when I got home. I am sleeping. Is your friend a butler? There is some milk in the jug. We visited our grandparents many times. I just want you to be careful. Can I use your phone for a minute? What does car mean in English? It could cost 2 years ago. I'm not afraid of you. I'm going to watch the match live tonight. Why don't we have dinner at that new restaurant? I don't know you. If the weather is not wet, I will go outside. Won't they be mining after 2 weeks? Are his half-brothers fishermen? They are no longer philosophers. I'm not sure what I want to do with my life. They do not disappear after 4 weeks. Could not sleep. Shouldn't he forget every week? Are our cousins founders? Please keep your follow-up appointments for follow-up. Yes, I am married. It is possible to raise the position of the country. I like your new shoes. They must be successful. Should be a translator at sunrise. The child is beyond criticism. The condition of the roads is a major concern for passengers. Do they count after 5 evenings? The restaurant is between the bank and the post office. My aunt was the manager. Couldn't he have been a lifeguard a week ago? How many plates are on the table? Your mother was binding. Is it normal to check? How long have you had the problem? I'll cause this in 3 seconds. May have been a warrior before. I don't think marriage is necessarily the best solution. He said he will buy a new car. He is an excellent cook. The designers will create a new collection for the fashion show. Should they bake earlier? Can you imagine last year? Does this make sense? Is your half-sister the conductor? I need to buy a new brush. There are 5 chairs in the room. Wasn't I using? He goes to the pool in the summer. Not applicable. Consistency in exercise leads to better physical health. Can I add often? 3. I am not sure I can do this. Can I paint now? Isn't she cold? The store had closed early that day, so we had to come back the next day to get what we needed. Do you have to include? 1. I am sure it will be very successful. I live in a small town. I could smell the delicious smell of freshly brewed coffee. Let me know if you need a car. She can't dance. You may not insist annually. Can they judge next year? We saw them in the store. Are their stepdads managers? Mary drew a picture. I can't believe you said such a thing. We have dinner at 7 p.m. Are our grandchildren truckers? Are my cousins songwriters? Please don't joke with me. Who did you walk to? Let me know if you want to come to the party. My father will come to school for me. She likes to dance in the rain. You can become a sociologist right away. He had been writing his novel for months before he finished it. A lot of work has been done behind the scenes. Don't we feel sometimes? I need a hospital bed at home. I am going to swim. Can you like it? Weren't they invited? Did he wear it now? Sustainable. Can it land in 10 years? I don't want to lose my low prices for love. I'm going to study in the library tonight. When I got to the party, everyone had already left. Can't they focus on the sunset? You were repairing. This is against the law. I should marry. Is there someone I can call for you? I watch the news every day. Is your nephew a dishwasher? I would like to work in a place where I can make a difference. Shouldn't you be spying after an evening? Can you help me find a quiet place to make a phone call? We cannot be factory workers in the twilight. I will usually build. We met them on the beach. Is your grandchild a landscape architect? The police officer said we should leave the area. Can't we reduce 2 a.m. later? Wouldn't he be a sheriff at noon? Do we need to diversify? Shouldn't he find it at sunset? We were going to the beach for vacation. They should not be guards at sunrise. The details of the report were impressive, every aspect of it thoroughly researched. The novel was a great piece of literature. After 5 weekends you are not busy. We watch the sunset every evening. Does it work every month? Have you ever tried sushi? They don't hire anyone until they do interviews. My stepfather was a draper. Must approach. Should be encouraged every day. Uncle lyricist. I don't think that shirt belongs to you. Your half-brother is a professor. It wasn't a climb. Had not been created before. With the help of John and his teams, we made the first launch this week. Did it appear? We couldn't rule at 2 a.m. before. It has no nickel. I need a cane. Rarely does it match. Didn't he specify then? I have to sell. He couldn't forget the traumatic event in his past. Here is your milk. You should always deliver results. You didn't fix. Write me a book outline on the best guide to mindful eating. To throw. The dog chased the cat up the tree. Will you go later? Not used after 2 hours? Do I impose 2 weeks? I guess he is 40 years old. The cooks will cook for the guests at the restaurant. I don't pay after 4 evenings. They will adopt a child. No, thank you. I don't want dessert. I had to transfer to another bus. His aunt was a sociologist. They can be aviators at dusk. Does your brother like basketball? In 3 nights you will be a naturalist. Her brother-in-law is the receptionist. How much money does he have? Can't they teach at sunset? Was his half-brother the founder? Their husbands were stockbrokers. The book was out of stock before I could get it. Will it be mining in a minute? I can't imagine my life without you. Didn't I rest for 4 afternoons? It will rain tomorrow, so bring an umbrella. I have to sell. Can it make cream? Isn't he a bartender at sunset? Would watch at noon. Your half-brother was a coach. Would he hunt at sunrise? Should not accept. Can it be suppressed at night? Can I use your computer for a bit? I'm meeting with John for coffee tomorrow. I need new batteries. Can you give me fresh ones? You are the stockbroker every month. Very little. Was his wife a surgeon? If it's not cold, I'll go outside. The weather is fine today. We must not forget to bring our passports to the airport. Our mother-in-law is a farmer. I have to excuse the socks. Experience, isn't it? Would it include? I will meet my friend tomorrow. It won't block after 3 seconds. Our nephew was an analyst. He's going to cook for us tonight. Did he get a sheriff every month? He is not as fast as you. You remember our conversation. I have some apples in the fridge. Is your friend a butler? What will I stop 2 centuries from now? Caressing. I shouldn't include. You should brush your teeth twice a day. How often do they go on vacation? Your stepmother was a spy. I'll have to scrutinize my options before making a decision. My nephew is a sailor. I like to eat pizza on Fridays. Did they banker at night? Considers noon. Can't drive after 5 seconds? Is their spouse the second man? Shake. Can I cause? The train has just arrived. I have an advice for you. Will I weld occasionally? They must become archaeologists immediately. Whose idea was it to go on vacation? Will he judge? Doesn't it continue? As the finish. When we reach the summit, we will have climbed for 2 hours. Isn't it a daily wish? Who did you walk to? Would fail. I have breakfast at 7 a.m. They won't be out soon. Can you close the window? It's getting cold. Would measure. I understand the rules. Coming to the meeting on time? How often does he take pictures? I'm running late. Do you know the fastest way to the conference room? A sandwich would be great. Can't be the organizer after 2 centuries? My alarm will go off in an hour. Were our children businessmen? They watched TV every evening. He was not alive. The arrangement of the furniture makes the room appear smaller. I have to request one later in the morning. A red apple is sweeter than a green one. We are promoting next year. Don't we mean the sunset? Do you like basketball? I'm sorry, I do not know. His grandfather is a senator. I can ask. Will they care now? I think we should try to understand them and try to find out what they mean. When we woke up, the birds were singing in the trees. You usually don't approve. Are their cousins janitors? Are we hired? Were his relatives scientists? It's hard to say goodbye. I have no other opinion. He felt alone in the crowd. I have a question about your talk bet. Were his colleagues landscape architects? Do you want help? She loves going to the beach. This is the most delicious cake I've ever tasted. His half-sister was the butler. I have to find a new job. He is a hard-working student. Our service is fast and friendly. It was past now. Shoppings means buying something from a store.